It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. The NFL is back. We're talking week 2 action. For a limited time only, we've got 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Just use the promo code NFL15. Rams and Eagles. This game is a pick'em as of now. This line's moved quite a bit back and forth. The total's 45.5. Rams 1-0 after beating the Cowboys 20-17. The Eagles 0-1 against the spread as well after losing to Washington 27-17. Sean Higgs is joining us to talk this matchup. Sean, what's something that jumps off the page when you look at this matchup?
I just despise Philadelphia. We'll just start right there. I hate the Eagles. I had the Redskins last week over these guys. And there's nothing I'd say I like the cheesesteaks, but since I don't like onions and nasty cheeses, I don't even like their cheesesteaks in Philly. But I do feel bad for their fans there because this team, after that improbable Super Bowl run, has just, they signed a deal with the devil. They've just injuries all over the place. Last year, no wide receivers. This year, you got guys falling apart already. We're a week into the season. The look-ahead line to this game was 4.5. Eagles 4.5. It's a pick 'em. There's maybe you'll find a -1 Eagles, but you can see some -1 Rams creeping up now. And why wouldn't you have? The Redskin team, they got a good defense, the Redskins. Don't take that. That's a top 5 defense. Very good. Mm-hmm. But for them to give up all those points, up 17-0 that game, I was like, oh, well, maybe I got a backdoor score, some kind of garbage. The Eagle defense, actually, you can't really blame them when you give up all your touchdowns when the other team's in your side of the field. But against the Rams, and again, disclaimer, I had the Cowboys. This Rams team, a lot to prove. Super Bowl a couple years ago, falling over the edge. They get crap for Gurley contract, the Goff contract. The defense is pretty good. They got the best lineman in the game. So as much as the Redskins got after this guy for 8 sacks, I think the defense will get Wentz because he has no help on offense. I don't know. The guy's supposed to be a whiz quarterbacks coach out here, an offensive guy, but I got to go with what I've seen last week. Rams beat a pretty good Cowboy team. Granted, I hate saying you take one to compare to apples and oranges, 2 different teams, but what you've seen from the Eagles, it's just I can't get behind them, even in a pick'em game. I'll just take a team that's looked better. Give me the Rams, chip on their shoulder. And this Rams team, they're in Buffalo next week, and they got to go back and forth. So this is a game I think they'll be focused on to win. A beat-up bad team that's not reeling, but they got some issues, as opposed to a Buffalo team that has playoff hopes. I think this is a more focused game for them if they're going to split on the East Coast, flying back and forth because of the COVID. This is a game they're going to concentrate on. So give me the Rams here, winning a conference NFC matchup game.
This is definitely not a game that I certainly love on paper. And the line looks really fishy, almost like last week when I thought 5.5 was too low of a line to give a terrible Washington team. And then Washington won. So I think the issue for the Eagles has been the injuries. They had 3 offensive linemen hurt. Wentz was sacked 8 times. He was hit 15, and he's not a quarterback that does well when he's under pressure. And most quarterbacks aren't, to his credit.
Yeah. 8 sacks.
It's
hard to complete passes when you're on your back.
Exactly. So I don't want to trash him too bad, but I think if that's the issue again, it's going to be a problem, obviously, for the Eagles. But like I said, I don't love this game, but I think I would just take the Eagles just because that line's so fishy. And they do get some players back this week. The running back, Miles Sanders, should be back. Right tackle, Lane Johnson, also on track to play this week after missing the season opener. The Eagles blew a 17-point lead. How does that happen? I don't love backing them here, but it's the NFL. I think things happen, and I think that's why this line looks so fishy. That's my pick. We'll see.
Hey, listen, if it looks too good to be true, it usually is. And I'm on the other side of that, but sometimes I just can't get behind the Eagles for personal reasons. Those filthy animals down there. I just can't stand the Eagles.
It's also worth saying that you should monitor this line throughout the week because we are filming this earlier in the week. So this line could move a whole lot. So maybe watch that line and see how it moves and then make your decision based off that because as we've seen, some of those lines can be very telling.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct.
Well, that's going to do it for Rams and Eagles talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Sean Higgs. Sean, thanks for joining us.